Hi Hustle and Sparkle friends, it's Sarah here, and I want to welcome you to our first episode of Expert Talks. So once a month we're going to be talking to a female entrepreneur who is kicking butt in her business and picking her brain about how she does it and what she does. And today we're really excited as our first guest is Kelly Mazur. Now Kelly, we started working with Kelly a few months ago in our charity and saw an amazing increase in our social media and just how it was produced and what we put out there. And so we wanted to bring her all her expertise and share it with you guys. So welcome, Kelly.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us on our
excited to be the first guest.
I know, it's so exciting. So before we jump into social media, what Kelly's going to talk to us about is how to get noticed on Facebook. But before we jump into that, you have an amazing story about how you got started in social media and how this all transpired to today.
Yes. So my experience in social media started in 2012 when I started a travel blog, just for fun because I was traveling a lot. And in order for me to grow the travel blog into a business that was making money, I had to have the followers on social media to back it up. So I read every book out there, I took every online course, and it was a lot of trial and error until I really figured out how each platform works and how to grow my presence. And I was able to convert that growth into a 2-year trip around the world where every hotel was sponsored and we had a lot of paid work with travel brands and hotels as well.
Could you imagine traveling the world and it was completely paid for? So where are some of the places that you went to?
Fiji, Bali, and Spain are my top 3, but we went to more than 20 different countries.
Oh my God. Could you imagine getting paid to travel to Fiji and Bali? That's
it's a dream
amazing.
job.
Yes, 100%. So then you have to tell us how you did it.
Absolutely.
So getting noticed on Facebook, as entrepreneurs, most of us, if not all of us, have some sort of presence on Facebook. We have our personal page, and then we also, a lot of us have a business page. Yeah. But what are some of the challenges that when you're dealing with small business owners with Facebook?
So for a small business owner or anyone who's just starting their Facebook business page for the first time, the #1 struggle is getting your content noticed. So you spend all this time creating content, you publish it, you post it on Facebook, and then you see in the very bottom corner, 4 people reached.
Yeah.
And it's a letdown.
It's a letdown.
Yeah.
I know it's my mom, it's my husband.
Yes.
And you're like, these are not the people that I need.
So that's the biggest struggle that I hear people complain about for Facebook, is that their content is not getting seen by people.
So why is it that Facebook, what's going on is like the crazy Facebook algorithms that's happening?
Yeah. So on average, Facebook shows your content. So if you post a new picture to your business page, Facebook only shows it to 30% or less of your page followers.
Ouch.
Yes. So you may have worked really hard to get your first 100 followers, but only 30 of those people are actually going to see your post.
Okay.
And that comes down to Facebook trying to keep everybody's personal news feed interesting to them.
Okay.
Because if you're on Facebook and you don't like what you're seeing, you're going to leave. You're going to go to another website. You're going to get off the computer. And Facebook doesn't want that. They want you to stay on their website for as long as possible. If every day you check into Facebook and you stay for an hour on their website, that's what they want.
Right. Okay.
So that's why they are so selective about which of your content they show to people, because they want to make sure that the content you're posting is actually relevant and interesting and good quality before they show it to a larger percentage of your followers.
Okay, so what do we do to increase our engagement then?
Yes, so you have to post stuff that is valuable.
Okay.
If you want people to like and comment and share your content, it needs to be stuff that's worth commenting on. So a lot of great things are pictures, Facebook Live videos, pre-recorded videos, quotes do really well too. Anything that relates to your audience and gives them something of value.
Okay, so if I'm, for example, let's say a dog walker, what kind of posts are those valuable posts?
So cute pictures of puppies.
Okay.
Maybe a video of you walking dogs and the dogs are playing in the park. Quick tips on how to train your dog or train your puppy. Content that's really easy to digest. So if the video is only 10-15 seconds long and you include one short tip, people really like that. They can absorb that information really quickly and move on.
Yeah.
And that does better than a long video.
Okay. So in this whole Facebook world, how do we increase the engagement on our Facebook page? How do we get more people to like our photos and to comment on stuff?
Yes. Okay, so one thing to remember with that is that Facebook is a bit of a bully, and Facebook doesn't want the people that are using Facebook to leave the website.
Right.
They want all of the users to stay on Facebook.
Okay.
So if you're sharing too many posts that have outbound links to your website or to an article that you're sharing, you're sending traffic away from Facebook. And they don't want that. So they'll punish you for that by showing that post.
Facebook is a bully. Yeah.
They'll show that post to less people because of it. So what you want to do is you want to share posts that don't have outbound links. So lots of pictures and videos. And I like to do a ratio of 4 to 1. So you do 4 value posts. So that's your pictures, your videos, your quick tips. And then you do 1 promotional post that has a link to your website promoting your service or sharing your latest blog posts. Okay, so one thing that you always have to remember is that when you do your 4 value posts and you're getting all these likes and comments, every time that you do a post that gets a lot of engagement, your next post is going to get shown to even more people because Facebook is saying, hey, people like what she's posting, we need to show more people that, because Facebook's ultimate goal is to show people stuff they like so they stay on Facebook, right?
Right.
So if you post something that gets a lot of engagement, your next post is going to get a larger reach. Facebook is going to show it to 40% of your followers instead of 30.
Okay.
And if that post gets a ton of comments and likes, then your next post is going to get shown to 50%. So every time you have a valuable post that does well, your reach goes up and up and up. So when you do your 4 valuable posts in a row, and each of them gets shown to more and more people, and then you do your outbound link, so you're sharing a link to your product, your service, or your blog post, you are showing that at the most optimal time when Facebook is showing your post to the highest number of your followers.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Is there a rule of thumb about how many posts to do in a day or a week? Like how do we know how much to post?
Right.
I understand the 4 to 1.
Yeah.
But like, I can't spend my whole day posting. So what's the typical rule of content?
I think 1 a day is really good to start with.
Okay.
2 a day is even better. I don't think you need to go much higher than that. But one thing to remember is that, as we talked about with the value versus promotional, if your content isn't of high value and it isn't interesting to your followers and you don't get likes, that's going to decrease your reach.
Okay.
So if you have to scale back on the number of posts you do per day in order to keep that quality level high, then by all means, post 3 times a week.
Okay.
Your reach will be better if you do that, as opposed to posting content that's not very good and nobody likes.
And what about posting content? So going back to like the dog walking analogy, posting photos about my dog. Do we have to stay on topic, or what if I talk about my life or post a recipe or something like that?
Right. Well, you don't want to go too far off base because that's not what your audience is there for.
Okay.
If they're following your page about dog walking, they're there for, information about dogs
keep it
and
consistent.
your service. Keep it consistent. I think it's good to share something behind the scenes and show a little bit, especially if you are a solopreneur and you're running a business by yourself.
So maybe it's a dog food recipe.
Yeah.
Or like cookies or something.
You could do that. Or maybe it's a selfie to show yourself at home with your own dog.
Yeah.
Right? So you're giving a glimpse behind the scenes at your life, but it's still somewhat related. But if you had a dog walking business and you had a Facebook page and you started posting, Easter recipes, it just doesn't
make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense.
And Facebook puts you back down again?
Absolutely. And you could even have people unfollow your page.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's a nightmare.
No.
Thanks, Kelly. That was amazing.
You're welcome.
Hope you can use all of her tips. We've summarized all of Kelly's tips in a checklist that you can download today and take your Facebook page to new levels. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.